Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Back at beautiful Sebring. I think it's gonna be a beautiful hot day. I missed out the best part of the Florida weather at Sebring at least. So you know, but it is what it is. That's Florida life. All right, so the main thing that we got to discuss today is gonna be the rear APs. I finally got the matching set for the fronts. Now, I did say it when I got the fronts that I am not sure if the rears are necessary or worth it. I guess we're gonna find out today. I think that the main advantage it is gonna be that, you know, it's a better caliper, it's a stiffer caliper. Maybe it has a slightly bigger pad. You can't, it's not like the fronts where you can fit the 25mm pad, at least not in this particular kit. Maybe there is a kit. I know the C8s have a kit that you can fit 25mm pads in the back, but it's very similar to stock, to be honest with you. Weights and everything are very similar. I think the biggest, just like the front, in the front kit you lose some annulus, which is, you know, like this, the height of the face of the rotor. I took a bunch of measurements and stuff like that, so watch this footage here. Let's take a look at the weight of the components. So this is the stock setup with the gyro disc 2-piece rotor, pads and all the parts, brake lines, everything comes in right at 24 pounds. Now the AP kit with everything, the bracket, the pads, everything included, is just a bit over 24.4, so not really a big difference. Now here's what I was saying about the annulus. The stock rotor has a much taller annulus, comes in at about 2 1/16, 2 1/8, thereabouts. And the rotor thickness is just over an inch, not quite an 1 1/16, just over an inch. And the AP, as mentioned, has a smaller annulus coming in at about 1 11/16, but it is a thicker rotor, coming in at about 1 1/8, almost 1 3/16. So it is quite a bit thicker rotor. And here's comparing just the pads. The stock pad is on the left, the AP caliper on the right. So the AP caliper does use a longer pad, but it is a shorter pad, again, because of that difference in the rotor annulus. So yeah, we'll see how it does. You know what I mean? I don't think it's gonna be a monumental change, if any, so we'll see. Anyway, so goals for today for me, man, I really need to work on turn 17. I am braking and starting to downshift, starting to slow down way too early. I really need to work on staying on the accelerator basically until almost until I'm about to start turning in. I turn in a little bit too early, I start slowing down a little bit too early, and I end up coasting after like that wall. So I really need to work on that. That's going to be one of my main goals today. Another area that I really want to work on is a little bit more speed through 1. It's very scary, it's very bumpy, but it's one of the major parts where I know I have a lot of time. And another part is going to be through Bishops. I know the car with the wing, it's a lot more stable. I really need to learn to trust the aero balance of the car and just simply carry more speed through Bishops. Okay, I think that the car can carry 125 average or 125 min speed through there, which would be that would be a good gain of time right there. And I think the last thing, not as important, but a little bit of working on getting a little bit deeper into the turn 7 brake zone. So I really need to wait until I get to the cones, or, you know, definitely past the bridge to start braking. So those are the things that I'm gonna work on today. You know, just honing the skill of being more consistent, being more consistent in the lower, well, not lower, but in the mid-teens. Okay, here at Sebring, and you know, these are not new tires. These are still the same Goodyear SuperCar 3Rs. So I'm not sure if these tires still have peak grip or we've lost. I do have another set of tires ready to go. Different set of tires, but I'm kind of hoping that that's going to be for a different video. I want to see how far these tires will go. I'm thinking that today may be the last day of the rears. The rears are looking boldish on this side, so we'll see what happens. But anyways, hoping that, you know, I can better my time. I hope that I can at least back up the 216. Okay, if I can PB, great, you know what I mean? But the goal for today, like I said, is just to work on those few things and try to be more consistent. If I can do those things, then I think the car definitely has a 215 and even lower. So I'm not gonna bore you guys with everything, so let's go to some laps. Okay boys, here we go. Final session of the day, happy hour. It is very hot. Low 90s. So we're gonna have to manage temperatures, a little bit of traffic. fuck? Yeah. Oh man. Wow, man. Yeah, 215.6. This thing is just insane. Almost another second off my PB. So not only I ended up PBing, but I ended up running 315s, 316s, 417s, and like 418s. And all those, one of the 15s was in traffic, all the 16s, all the 17s and 18s was in traffic. So very, very happy. I was definitely focused, laser focused on working on the things that I talked about in the beginning of the video. I went deeper on 17, you know, just carrying more speed, not slowing down, not coasting as much. Still have room for improvement for sure, but I think I definitely made big strides there. I carried more speed through 1. I went deeper into the brake zone of 7. I carried more speed through Bishops, that was a big one as well. So yeah, man, big improvements on my end. I'm very, very happy with that, you know, that I was able to, you know, yeah, man, I told myself, hey, you have to work on these things. And I did work on those things. I didn't pussy out. I grew some balls and I went a little bit deeper. And like I said, definitely still room for improvement, which is insane. This thing is just such a freaking machine, man. Now, the brakes. I don't know why they were so squeaky, man. If you guys hear in the video, I was getting a ton of squeaking. Now, I did not have the pad retaining clips. I did order them from Essex. When I bought the kit, it was used, and he didn't have them, so I did have these. I'm hoping that it was just this. I mean, I don't think it affects performance. It was just, I never had that before, so that threw me off a little bit. Definitely better pedal feel, okay? Not a game changer, okay? Just a slight improvement over the stock setup, because remember, guys, I did have like a rebuilt rear setup where I had done, I had already done racing brake stainless steel pistons. Obviously, those are street caliper. The stock ones are street calipers. So I did have dust boots in there, but I also had the gyro disc 2-piece rotor. So as you guys saw, the weight difference, there was really no weight difference there. Maybe there's a slight improvement over a longer pad. I'm not sure, but I think the stiffer caliper is really what makes the difference, right? So you get a little bit of a better pedal feel. Now, that being said, I was getting ice mode quite a bit, and I had to just kind of push through that. I tried the thing where you get off and then get back on, but in some of these I was just trying to push the brake zone, and what I ended up doing is I just ended up pushing the pedal even harder, and that did seem to work. Not what I would like, okay, but it is kind of what I ended up doing. Now, I don't think that it was just because of the rear brakes. I doubt it. It's the same pad compound that I was running before, which is the Hawk DTC 60, and I'm still running the 70 in the front. I'm thinking that there was two things. The tires are past their prime, okay, and I was pushing the brake zone much harder or much further. Therefore, maybe I wasn't being smooth on the brakes. Maybe I was jabbing the brakes too hard or too fast. And those two things combined, you know, were causing ice mode to be more prevalent. Because if you go back and you pay attention, especially coming into turn 1, like right after the bridge, sometimes you can hear I actually lock up the wheels. Okay, you can hear a little screech there, and then also right after Bishops. Okay, so what is that turn? Going into turn 14? Yeah, going into turn 14, like that, a little straightaway right after Bishops, which is that long left-hander. You can also hear sometimes the wheels screech under braking. So, and I did not feel a pedal pulsating, okay? So that's the other thing that kind of threw me off. It seemed like I was locking up the tire sometimes, but I wasn't feeling a pulsating pedal. So yeah, so that part, you know, so the braking was a challenge for sure. I'm attributing mostly, like I said, to the tires. I think these tires are past their prime. They're definitely not feeling as sticky anymore, but surprisingly, they still have life. I didn't quart them. I really thought that I was gonna quart them that day, but they still have life. So I'm gonna see how far these can go. Now, unfortunately, the car also ran extremely hot again, man. I guess at this point, I am just driving this thing much harder than what I thought I was capable of. And the stock cooling, really, it's not working out anymore, okay? I'm seeing 240, 244 coolant temps and up to 300 oil temps, okay? Now, I was staying out almost the full session, okay? When I ran the PB, the 2:15.6, that was on my 13th lap at Sebring, okay? I had basically almost emptied the whole tank. I went to the happy hour with a full tank, and when I ran that, I was like at 1/8 of a tank. So I was out there for a long time, pushing hard. It seemed so difficult, and it was a hot day, but it wasn't even the hottest that it's gonna get in Florida that it gets in Florida. So yeah, man, I don't want to cut this thing up. I love the way the car looks now, okay? But unfortunately, I have to have some mechanical sympathy for this. Nothing good is gonna come from me running this thing at those kind of temperatures. And it's definitely robbing me of power, obviously of time, and it's just not good, man. You know what I mean? So unfortunately, I'm like at a crossroads, you know. I'm gonna have to consider either cutting it or moving on, you know. But yeah, man, besides that, mega happy with the car. I mean, what a freaking unit. This car is almost stock. Yes, I've upgraded the brakes, the tires, a little bit of aero, but mostly stock, guys, you know what I mean? And to be able to continue to improve with this car has just been so rewarding. You know, I got this car, I've been tracking it for 5 years now, have well over 40 track days, probably well over 50 days. I gotta go back and check, but this thing has just been so reliable, you know what I mean? And it looks amazing, and I've been able to grow into the car. The capability of the car has always been there. You know, I just been evolving as a driver myself, and the car has allowed that, you know what I mean? Super enjoyable to drive, very raw for a modern car. You know, if I can nitpick one thing, would be the steering, you know. Hopefully, I would wish that it had a little bit more steering feel, but other than that, man, what a freaking machine. It has its issues, you know what I mean? But for the money, what a freaking unit, man. All right, so in the next video with the Corvette, we're gonna go back to Homestead Miami Speedway. Last time I was there, I ran the 133.3. It was on this same exact set of tires. I do have a fresh set ready to go, but guys, these still have a good amount of thread, so I wanna see how far they go. I do have another set of tires, like I mentioned before, a different set of tires that I'm gonna be testing out. But we'll see. Maybe they'll go on that, or maybe not. I'm kind of hoping that I can go and PB again on these old tires. How sick would that be? All right, so if you made it this far, I really appreciate you. I'm gonna leave you with one more lap. This was actually my first 215 that I ran that day. So yeah, guys, enjoy one more lap. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.